You're not audible, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's start class. See, we are going to learn today the types of angles, and further we will go for solving some questions based on the properties of angles. We have already learned based on the measurement of an angle, we named after angles as zero angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, and complete angle. They were the types of angles when they are one and having the measurement. As the angle measurement or measure of the angle increases, the name of it was changing. Now, today we are going to learn about angles different other than what we learned already, such as complementary angles. These are pairwise. They were single, which we learned zero, acute. They were single. Any angle, one angle, called as acute if it is more than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. So it is an angle. It is one angle. Whereas now what we are going to learn are pair of angles. One way, any two angles are called complementary. A pair of angles are called complementary angles. So when do we call a pair of angles as complementary angles? Pair means it's a two. Any two angles. Any two angles. They can be anywhere. Like on one plane, one angle, on another plane, one angle. Or on the same plane, one angle, the other side or somewhere, okay, the other angle. It need not be angles one beside the other. We call adjacent angles. They need not be adjacent. If they are adjacent, fine. If they are not adjacent, also fine. Any two angles. Any two angles called as complementary angles when their sum is 90 degrees. When their sum is 90 degrees. Let's move on. Here, two angles whose sum is 90 degrees called complementary angles. Is that two angles can be here one angle or maybe beside it, beside of that can be another angle. If this is 30 degrees and this is 60 degrees, their sum is 90 degrees. So both angles are complementary. Or it can be here and somewhere like this. 40 degrees, 50 degrees. Since their sum is 50 and 40 together is 90, so they both are again complementary angles. They need not be adjacent only. If they are adjacent, well and good. Okay, any two angles whose sum is 90, then they are called complementary angles. That is what the definition says. Okay, it can be even in this plane one angle on some other plane, maybe on some other plane here in one plane and here some other. Their angle sum, if it is 90, then they are called complementary angles. So we have already understood the meaning of complementary in our 6th class time itself. Any two angles are called complementary angles if their sum is 90 degrees. Each of this is complement to the other. Each of this is complement to the other. Complement to each other. Okay? We say complement to each other. What is the meaning of complement to each other? If one is 25, the other is automatically 90 minus 25. 90 minus 25, it is 65 degrees. Okay. What is the complement of an angle X? 90 minus X. Okay. This is the thing what we have to remember. If one angle is X and complement of it is 90 minus X. Okay. Then moving on to the next example. Example, I have already told. Example, 25 degree. Let's say angle A is 25 degrees. Complement of angle A is 90 minus 25 degrees. It will be, which is nothing but 65 degrees. So 25 and 65 are complement to each other. Next, the another type of pair of angles is supplementary angles. What do you mean by supplementary angles? If the sum of any two angles, is 180 degrees, then they are called supplementary angles. It can be on one plane. Here is one angle. Here, let's say 80 degrees, 100 degrees. One beside the other, or it can be 90 degrees, 90 degrees, or it can be 65 degrees. How much it is? 150. They can be one beside the other, or they can be anywhere, any two angles. If they are one beside the other, if they are adjacent angles, then well and good, fine. They will get special name. If they are not adjacent to each other, then they are only supplement. Is it clear? So, any two angles, whose sum is 180 degrees, then they are called supplementary angles. Each of these angles are a supplement to each other. We call one is supplement to the other. Example, let's say angle P is 65 degrees. Then if angle P is 65 degrees, then supplement of angle P is 180 minus 65 degrees, which is nothing but 115 degrees. So 65 and 115 both are supplement angles, a pair of supplement angles. Then another very important word which you have learned in class 6th especially, okay, but the definition I don't think you have remembered. I think you don't think you'll be able to recollect. Can anyone tell me what is adjacent angles?
There are two angles adjacent to each other, sir.
Which have a common pair of arms.
Good. A pair of angles. First of all, adjacent angles. It is a
Pair of angles, sir.
Yes, it's a pair.
Which is having a one common arm.
Very good. You said one common arm, right? This is one angle. Okay, let's name it AOB. It's an angle AOB. And there is another angle AOC. Okay, this is an angle AOC. Tell me, are angle AOB and angle AOC adjacent angles?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Angle AOB and angle AOC adjacent?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, they are not adjacent, sir.
Okay. Question comes here.
Sir, angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent, sir.
Hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
But angle AOB, arms of angle AOB. What are angle AOB's arms? Tell me.
Sir, AOB's arms are
OA and
OA
AOB,
and OB.
Very good.
OB.
OA and OB.
AO
Very
and
good.
AOB.
OB is a common arm, sir, and OA is a
Now
Sir,
tell me what are the angle AOC's arms?
OA and OC.
Now they have common, na? Common arm is there, na? As you said. Then they must be.
Sir, but the non-common arm should be on the one side, one should be there,
So,
another side, another.
here, remember, there are two conditions, not one condition. Condition one, they have a common arm. This is condition one. But there is another condition. Chandru said now. Okay, what is that? Non-common arms. Which are the non-common arms?
OA and OC.
Yes, must be on the
A side.
either
Another
side.
side.
Okay, on the either side of the common arm. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನಾನ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂತಾವು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಈ ಕಡೆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಆ ಕಡೆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು. इसका मतलब, इस सेंटेंस का मतलब, जो नॉन कॉमन आर्म्स है वो दोनों कॉमन आर्म के एक ही बगल पे नहीं होना है. एक तरफ और एक दूसरी तरफ होना है. समझ में आया? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It means both non-common arms should not be lying on one side of the common arm. They must lie opposite to each other. To the common arm, if one is one side, the other must be opposite side of the other. So either side, we say. So not on the same side, they are on the either side. Now, as somebody said, arms of angle BOC. Which are the arms of angle BOC?
OB and
And OC.
OB and OC.
Now, watch here. Angle AOB and angle AOC are adjacent angles because their common arm OB and non-common arms are OA and OC on the opposite sides of the common arm. That's why angle AOB and angle BOC are adjacent angles. Okay, they are adjacent angles. So If this clarity is there, there are two conditions. Condition 1, they must have common arm. And second condition, you should remember, very important condition, non-common arms must be on the either side of the common arm. So that is a second condition. Okay. So adjacent angles is a pair of angles which have a common arm. Condition 1. Condition 2, whose non-common arms must be on the either side of the common arm. So this is the definition. Shall I wipe out all this? Okay. Yeah. Two angles are called, or a pair of angles are called adjacent angles if they share the same vertex and they have a common arm. The second arm of the one angle is one side and the second arm of the other. Oh, one arm of the one angle. Okay. One arm of the one angle, or second arm, correct? Second, right. Second arm. Why? Because there is a one common arm, na? Second arm of one angle is one side and the second arm of the other, here, the other angle is on the other side. Have you understood the definition? Okay. You
Yes,
remember
sir.
in the textbook type or what I said? Okay. Any doubt? Yeah, will you able to write down? If you want, you can write down. If you want, you can write down, children. Two angles are called adjacent angles, comma, if they share the same vertex, they have a common arm. The second arm of one angle, the second arm of the one angle is one side and the second arm of the other angle is on the other side. Okay. Textbook type definition is the way how I have mentioned. Okay, written. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Example. Here is a pair of adjacent angles. Angle ABD and angle DBC is a pair of adjacent.
Sir, what is sign of adjacent, sir?
No sign, no symbol. Okay, just we'll write adjacent angles only. Okay, so angle
Yes, sir.
ABD and angle DBC is a pair of adjacent angles. Yeah. Now, next, after this definition, we will go for linear pair of angles. Linear pair, very simple. Here, in simple terminologies, it is a pair. It is a pair of angles. In that definition only, it is a linear pair. It's a pair of angles which are one adjacent, two supplementary. Okay, if these two conditions are there, then that is called linear pair. Linear pair is a pair of angles which are adjacent angles and whose sum of angles is 180 degrees, or which are supplementary, we say. Have you understood? Very simple definition. Linear pair is a pair of angles which are adjacent angles and whose sum is 180 degrees. That way you can say. Or linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles whose sum is 180 degrees. That way you can say. Or linear pair is a pair of angles, is a pair of adjacent angles, which are also supplementary, you can say. Many ways. Simple meaning. Two conditions. Condition 1, they must be adjacent. Condition 2, they must be supplementary. Is it clear to you all, children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, put a thumbs up if it is clear. Okay. So, simple definition of a linear pair of angles is, it is a pair of adjacent angles whose sum is 180 degrees. How do they look like? See, remember, it is going to be a very important concept. Based on this, you have got one axiom and one theorem. And based on that axiom and theorem, you have got one exercise to solve, many questions to solve. This linear pair concept is very, very important. Simple, but very important. So your exercise 6.1 is completely based on the one of the axiom, one of the theorem related to linear pair of angles. Okay, now let's go on in a bookish way of telling. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, then they are called a linear pair of angles. This is one definition which I have given. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, then they are called a linear pair of angles. This is one definition, very important definition. You keep on noting down, Okay, very important points. Okay. Keep on noting down, children. Then let's move on to the next. If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, but the arms which are not common, which means non-common arms, are making a line, then these are called a linear pair. So this is bookish way of telling. Okay, this is my definition. This is bookish way of telling. Meaning, what is the meaning of this? There are two. बताइए.
Sir, supplementary adjacent angles are all, we can also tell.
Yes. Meaning you can say, that's correct. I am trying to tell you bookish way of the definition, what is there, that I wanted to explain. Shall I? If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, what does it mean? यहाँ तक तो हमको a part of the definition of adjacent angles का आ गया. A part of the definition of adjacent angles का आ गया. If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, our second part of the definition of adjacent angles को थोड़ा modification किया है, ये add करके. Okay, ये sentence add करके थोड़ा सा modification किया है. If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, but the non-common arms, but the arms which are not common, or you can say, but the non-common arms, form. You can use this word also, form, a line. So I can make this little variation, little change in the bookish way of telling also. If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, but the non-common arms form a line, then those angles, these angles means angles, these two angles, then these are called linear pair of angles. Is it clear? Is
Sir,
this clear? Piyush, बताइए.
Yes. Sir, can the sum of linear pairs be complementary?
No. Linear pair sum cannot be complementary. They must be supplementary. Okay. Adjacent angles whose sum is 90 degrees have no special name. Adjacent angles whose sum is 180 degrees has a special name called linear pair. Okay, Piyush?
Yes, sir.
या तो ये बुकिश वे ऑफ डेफिनेशन का थोड़ा मॉडिफिकेशन ऐसा है. If two angles have the same vertex and one common arm, but the non-common arms form a line, then these are called linear pair of angles. Another, यहाँ पे ए फिगर देख के समझ लीजिए. यहाँ पे कौन सा एंगल्स सप्लीमेंट्री बन रहा है और एडजेसेंट भी बन रहा है, इसलिए वो दोनों को
Sir,
लीनियर पेयर करके बोलेंगे. हाँ, टेल मी चिल्ड्रन.
we can also tell a ray placed on a line, sir.
हाँ, यू आर टेलिंग नाउ एक्सियम. आप जो बताने के लिए जा रहे हैं ना वो एक्सियम है. ओके, here angle COB, that is angle 1, and angle BOA, that is angle 2, both the sum is 180 degrees, as well as they are adjacent angles. That's why they are called linear pair. And when they are linear pair, non-common arms OC and OA form a straight line. They form a straight line. They form a straight line. That is what the bookish way of definition tells. Okay, a pair of adjacent angles which having non-common arms forming a straight line becomes supplementary, becomes a linear pair. Now, Chandru said something. Let us go for that definition. I hope this is clear to you all. Linear pair. Both the definitions you have written. One which I gave, another bookish way of telling. Both you know. You need to draw figures also parallelly, or you give a gap. Afterwards, you can draw figures. I am trying to show you figures. Let's move on to the vertically opposite angles. Then we will go for definition of a or axiom related to linear pair. Now, vertical.
Sir, two intersecting lines make vertically opposite angles, sir.
Yes. A pair of intersecting lines form a vertically opposite angles. If two lines intersect each other at a point, the point of intersection, the opposite angles are vertically opposite angles. There is a very good definition. I don't want to more emphasize on that. That is very good definition given in 6th standard. Pure definition. But I don't want to waste my time now. Here, see children, we have a pair of intersecting lines form a vertical opposite angles at the point of intersection. Here, line AB, line CD are intersecting at the point O. At this point of intersection O, there are two pairs of vertical opposite angles. There are two pairs of vertical opposite angles. One, angle AOD and angle BOC. It is one pair. Okay, it is one pair. Okay, another angle AOC and angle BOD is another pair of vertical opposite angles. Now, what is the specialty of vertical opposite angles? Vertically opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal to each other. Okay, vertically opposite angles are equal to each other, which means angle AOD is equals to angle BOC. Angle AOC is equals to angle BOD. This is the specialty of vertically opposite angles. Remember, in 6th class, you might have got a figure given like this. Okay, your angle, let's say angle AOB, and like this. COD. Are these two angles vertical opposite angles?
No, sir.
No. They are
Sir,
not.
there two lines are not present, sir.
Here, it is not two lines intersecting. Here, four rays having a common vertex or common starting point, common initial point, O. There are four rays. Angle AOB, angle COD are not vertical opposite angles. This way figure is there in 6th standard and asking you, are they vertically opposite angles? They are not vertical opposite angles. Here, two lines compulsory intersecting each other form two pairs of vertical opposite angles at the point of intersection. Okay, there is a definition given in 6th standard. It's beautiful definition which you have to one day remember. Then let's move on to the intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Which are intersecting lines means there are two ways of drawing two lines on a plane. On one plane, there are two ways of drawing two lines. If you want to draw two lines on a plane, you can draw in two ways. One, the lines which cross each other from a particular point. That point is called point of intersection. Okay. And those lines which are crossing through a point called intersecting lines. So this is the figure. Intersecting lines. Two lines when we draw, when they are extended, somewhere they will cross each other through a point. They cross only through one and only one point. That one point is called point of intersection. Okay, those lines are called intersecting lines. We can draw another way. The two lines never cross each other. How far ever they extended. How far ever they extended, they never cross each other. Such lines are called parallel lines. Such lines are called parallel lines. Non-intersecting lines drawn on a plane, on a one plane. Okay, on a one plane. They are called parallel lines. Then
One out.
recall. Tell me, Piyush.
Parallel lines are curved, then also it is parallel, sir.
Pardon, I'm not able to get the question.
Like two C are there, sir. One upside, one downside, sir. They are parallel, sir.
जैसा C का
Sir, one C is there, sir. Another C is downside, sir. They are parallel, sir.
मुझे ये क्वेश्चन नहीं
Sir,
समझ
he
में
is
आया।
telling can two curves be parallel?
नहीं है, लाइंस का बारे में ही बात कर रहे हैं ना, लाइंस ही जा करना है ना, कर्व्स का बारे में नहीं है। Curve is not having the property of straightness. You are talking about only lines. Any two lines drawn on a plane, if they are not crossing each other, how far ever they extended, then those two lines are called parallel lines. Okay, पीयूष, आप ये सब बात कर रहे हैं? हाँ, आप ऐसा बात कर रहे हैं ना, ये दोनों का बारे में पूछ रहे हैं?
Sir.
हाँ, ये दोनों तो स्ट्राइट लाइन्स ही नहीं है। ओके, हाँ, आप ये भी पूछ सकते हैं सर, पैरेलल रोड्स करके बेंगलुरु में है या हमारे गांव में है। पैरेलल रोड्स का मतलब क्या है? वो तो क्रॉस होता है ना सर, ऐसा ऐसा रास्ता जाता है। ओके, दैट इज द कॉमन वे लैंग्वेज दे यूज। ओके, मैथमेटिकली दे आर नॉट राइट। ओके, पैरेलल सीशोर, पैरेलल गंगा का किनारा, उस तरफ इस तरफ दोनों पैरेलल है सर, वो जनरल लैंग्वेज में यूसेज है, मैथमेटिकली दे आर रॉन्ग है ना। ओके, देन
Yes, sir.
या recall the notion of a line. What is the meaning of a line? I said a line that can be extended indefinitely in both the directions. You should know this. That's why I said any two lines of a plane, remember I'm emphasizing on two important words. lines drawn on a plane, one and only one plane. Why? Because अगर कोई बच्चा पूछ लिया सर मैं इसमें इस प्लेन में एक लाइन ड्रा किया हूं और यहाँ पे एक लाइन ड्रा किया हूं, तो ये दोनों पैरेलल है क्या सर? और 11th में पढ़ते हैं आप 3 डायमेंशनल ज्योमेट्री, तब आपको समझ में आता है two lines drawn on two different planes may not be parallel, though they are not though they are not intersecting. They may
Sir, they
intersect.
will never intersect, sir.
They do intersect. If two lines drawn on two different planes may intersect, okay, there will be that three-dimensional geometry. When you understand, get the idea, basics, then you will get my point. Okay, so here one of the important point what I want to emphasize, what I want you to understand is two lines drawn on a plane, how far ever they extended is next important point. Two lines drawn on a plane, how far ever they extended, if they are not crossing each other, then they are called parallel lines. Okay, is it clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
So the notion of indefinitely extending in both the direction, that line you must remember. Note that the lengths of common perpendicular, you draw perpendicular between parallel lines, wherever you drop, that perpendicular will have same length. Okay, the perpendicular distance between two lines, wherever you drop, the perpendicular distance will be same. Okay, the length of the common perpendiculars at different points on these parallel lines is same. The perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is same. Okay, these are axioms type. You should remember they are all general truths. The perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is same. So
What is
these are two important notes which you have to understand from the two concepts. Concept intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are two lines drawn on a plane which cross each other. That point is called point of intersection and the lines are called intersecting lines. This is one concept. Next, non-intersecting lines. Two lines of a plane, how far ever they extended, if they do not cross each other, then they are called non-intersecting lines, and they are also called as parallel lines. Next, the perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is same, wherever they are drawn, dropped, or at whichever the point they are found, the perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is same, constant it is. Okay, these are the two important concepts which you have to understand. Is it clear to you all? Put a thumbs up if it is clear. Yeah. Yes. You can note down, you keep on noting down the points whichever I am mentioning. You can keep on noting down. You can keep on noting down the important points. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, the equal length is called distance between two parallel lines. The equal length is called distance between two parallel lines. Now, linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom. From here, textbook important axiom will start. Axiom number 6.1. Axiom number 6.1. What Chandru said na? that way of defining linear pair. If a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. If a ray stands on a line, it's an axiom, it cannot be proved. You have to remember as it is. It is talking about linear pair only. There is a straight line. On that straight line, there is a ray
Sir.
standing. Okay? Tell
Sir,
me,
in
tell me.
exam, you will ask what is the axiom number
No.
6.9.
I am not going to ask like that. In exam, it will be MCQ type questions. Use this knowledge and proceed further of solving it. MCQ, case study type, and assertion reason type. And I may not set the paper. Somebody may set the paper. Okay, I will only check, but somebody will set the paper. Okay, now here there is a one straight line. On that straight line, at somewhere, at some point, what is the meaning of axiom? Shivam is asking. Can anyone tell him?
Sir, a statement of truth
It's a truthful statement.
which
It's a
cannot
truthful
be
statement.
proved, sir.
Which cannot be proved. Okay, yeah. If you want some more better terminologies of geometry, read Euclidean geometry, Introduction to Euclidean Geometry. Read, just read, go through. Okay, then you will understand important terminologies related to geometry. Yeah, there is a one straight line AB. On that straight line, the ray OP is standing. Standing means it need not stand perpendicularly, just one ray is formed. OP is a ray. Now it is forming two adjacent angles. One is here, another is here. So he says if a ray stands on a straight line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. This is a universal truth. It's an axiom. Now, here, very, very important, children. I am trying to show you in English, you know, you have learned what type of statement it is. Tell me. What type of statement it is? If then. Okay. Condition. Friend,
Sir,
have you learned in English if then type of statements?
No, sir, in Hindi we learned, sir, Sanketvachak, sir.
Okay, okay. I don't know much about that in the, but we were having if then type of statements. We were asked to, if you eat this, I will give you 5 rupees. If you get first rank, I will buy a watch for you. Like this. If then. What do you call after if whatever is there? What it would be? If after whatever we have, it's a condition. अगर ये किया तब मैं ये दिलवाऊंगा. This is a conclusion. There will be if after a condition. There will be conclusion. 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 Conclusion after then. So remember, here we have if ray stands on a line, this is a condition. जब भी एक रे ऑन लाइन के ऊपर खड़ा ड्रॉ किया गया है, तब sum of adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. So ये होने से ये होगा. तो हमारा ज्योमेट्री में प्रूफ करने के समय पे हमारा लिखने का प्रोसीजर है. ओके, हम कभी भी given, to be proved, okay, construction, proof, and given is a statement. Okay, we will have a statement. Statement is the definition or the proof, whatever that they have given. From that, this becomes given. It becomes, condition becomes given. To be proved, this conclusion becomes to be proved. And construction, the figure what we are going to draw. Okay, and proof, we will have a lot of sequential steps. Given is condition, we will write. To be proved, conclusion we will write. Construction, whatever the required figures we will draw, and proof we will sequentially start. So in the proof of any geometrical statement, these are 5 important things to be written. Okay, given, sorry, statement, given, to be proved, construction, proof. Okay, marks will be there based on this. Half mark, half mark, half mark, half mark, 2 marks, like that. So it depends on 4 marks maximum you will be having now. Half, 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 2. Like that it will be divided, marking scheme. If it is a written type exam, we will have like that. So here axiom 6.1, it is given that a ray stands on a line. From this, we will have a given. We have concluded that the sum of the two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degrees. So we will be having, see, I'm going to continue this class. If the video ends, I'll stop, then I'll restart another. Okay, all you stay put. Okay, children, is it clear? Put a thumbs up if it is clear what I spoke.
Once again, sir.
I'm going to continue the class. Okay, if the, I think in 2 minutes it is going to end. After ending, I'll stop video again, restart the work, WebEx, rejoin.
Sir, how much time it will take, sir?
I'll stop first sharing. And we have maybe just a couple of minutes only.
Sir, we will leave now only and join again, sir.
No. Just a minute. Let me stop. You will be all getting out.